In this first one, we are looking for a value for x that is between -2 and +3. In looking at our answer choices, B, 0, is the one that falls in that range. 6 and 5 are bigger than 3, and -3 is smaller than -2. In number 2, we're looking for a value of x that is both bigger than 5 and less than or equal to 7. A, x equals 6, fulfills this. We could have rewritten this as 5 less than x less than or equal to 7, and when we plug in 6 to that, we see that 6 does fall between them. Number 3 is an or, so we can have it be bigger than 4 or less than -2. We can eliminate answer choice A because that is bigger than -2 and less than 4. We can eliminate B, x equals 3. Letter C, x equals 5, is bigger than the x is greater than or equal to 4, so C would work. For this one here, we want to identify our graph. Hopefully we notice that we have the shaded section in the middle. So we know we're looking at an and. All of our answer choices have an and. In looking at our endpoints, we see we have an open circle on the left-hand side and a closed circle on the right-hand side. So I can eliminate answer choice D because that would be 2 closed circles. The open circle is at -7, so I'm looking for the answer choice that has an open circle at -7. Narrowing it down to A or B. I want it to be greater than -7, which is what answer choice A says, so A is the answer for number 4. In number 5, we can see the gap in the middle, so we know it's an or, so I can eliminate answer choice C. I have 2 closed circles, so that means I can eliminate answer choice A. B, I have x is less than or equal to -5, which is what I have graphed on the left, right there, and then I have x is greater than or equal to 2, which is what is on the right, closed circle at 2, shaded to the right. So I can see that B should be the answer. Just to check, letter D says x is less than or equal to +5, which would be falling out there on the right, which is incorrect. Number 6, hopefully we see that this is an and graph because it's shaded in between. I have open circles on both ends. Because I know it's an and, I can eliminate answer choice A. I'm going from -2 to +4. B, C, and D all look this way. I can eliminate B because of the equal to. In answer choice C, notice the signs are facing the wrong direction. D is the only one that works. -2 is less than x is less than 4. Number 7, again, I have an or. I know that because of the gap that falls in the middle. I can eliminate C and D. I have closed circles on both ends, so I know that the signs have to match. That happens in both A and B. This is -7 on the left, +6 on the right. Those numbers also match. The only difference between A and B falls right here. A says x is less than or equal to 6, but I want the greater than, which is what is in B. So the correct answer to 7 is B. Number 8, I need to solve and graph. I can start this by subtracting 3. Because I want to subtract 3, I need to subtract it to the right and to the left. This gives me -12 less than or equal to 2x less than 14. From there, I can divide by 2. Again, whatever I do in the middle gets done on both sides. -6 less than or equal to x less than 7. I know this is going to be an and because the x is in the middle. I'm going to have a closed circle at -6. I'm going to have an open circle at +7. And I'm going to shade everything that's inside those two dots. For number 9, we see the word or, so I know I need to solve them separately. On the left, I can subtract 1. Give me 2x greater than or equal to 4. Divide by 2. I get x greater than or equal to 2. On the right, I can add 6. Give me -x greater than 5. Then divide by -1. We get x and -5. And my sign flips around because I divided by a negative. Now I can graph these. Starting with the one on the left, x greater than or equal to 2. That's a closed circle at 2. Shade it to the right. An open circle at -5. Shade it to the left. These next two problems are absolute value equations. Remember, with absolute value equations, we will always write two equations once we have it down to just an absolute value sign. So this one on the left, there is no solving involved. My two equations are going to become x equals 7, just dropping the absolute value bars, x equals -7, nothing left to solve. On the right, my two equations are going to be 3x minus 3 equals 15, and then 3x minus 3 equals -15. I can now solve these. Whatever I do to one, I will have to do to the other one, so plus 3, plus 3, plus 3, plus 3. That gives me 3x equals 18, 3x equals -12. Now I can divide by 3, and I get x equals 6, x equals -4. This one here, I need to get rid of the stuff on the outside of the absolute value first. I can start by adding 2 to both sides. That gives me 4 times the absolute value of 2x plus 1 equals 8. Then I can divide by 4 to give me the absolute value of 2x plus 1 equals 2. From here, I can write my two equations. 2x plus 1 equals 2, and 2x plus 1 equals -2. Now I can start solving these two equations. My first step is going to be to subtract 1. Give me 2x equals 1, and 2x equals -3. Then I can divide by 2. On the left, I will get x equals -1/2, and on the right, I'll get x equals -3/2. You can leave them as fractions or decimals. Now I have an absolute value inequality that I want to solve and graph. There's nothing outside of it, so I can write my two inequalities. X greater than or equal to 2, x less than or equal to -2. Remember, the sign flips with the change of the negative. When I'm graphing this, I see it's a greater than sign, so I know this should look like an or. Close circles at -2 and 2. I am shaded to the left of -2 because I have x is less than -2, and I'm shaded to the right of +2 because I have x is greater than or equal to +2. Very similar problem here. This one is in a less than. I know I'm going to get an and statement. X is less than 6. X is greater than -6. So So when I graph this, I have open circles at -6 and 6. And I'm going to have them shaded in between. Again, I can write two inequalities. X plus 5 greater than 1. X plus 5 less than -1. The first step in solving this is going to be to subtract 5. Now I have x is greater than -4, x is less than -6. Open circles at those 2 points. -4. And I'm going to be greater than -4, less than -6. This one here, I have to get rid of the stuff on the outside before I can rewrite it. -2, -2. I get negative absolute value of x plus 3 less than or equal to -6. Now, if I didn't have to get rid of the negative sign in front, this would be a no solutions one. But by dividing by -1, I'm going to get the absolute value of x plus 3 greater than or equal to 6. Now I can write my two inequalities. X plus 3 greater than or equal to 6. X plus 3 less than or equal to -6. I can subtract 3 in both of these. I get x is greater than or equal to 3. X is less than or equal to -9. Because right here I had the greater than sign, I know I'm going to be dealing with an or. Close circle at 3, close circle at -9, and I'm shading to the left of -9, right of +3. For this one here, we want to write a compound inequality that represents the possible elevation of land in the United States. We see that the highest point in the U.S. is Mount McKinley in Alaska at an elevation of 20,453 feet. The lowest point is Death Valley, California, with an elevation of -284 feet. They're giving us two endpoints. That's the smallest and the largest that it could be. So if I were to write a compound inequality, I have 284 less than or equal to x, because the smallest it can be is 284, so we want the equal to, less than or equal to the highest it could possibly be, 20,453. Now we can fill in our number line here, so somewhere down around the end, 284, I'm going to use this point right here, is my smallest one. This is obviously going to cover a large span, and somewhere up here, 20,453 is the biggest one. This next one here, very similar, says you live 11 miles from work and the gym that you go to is 4 miles from work. What is the minimum distance from your home and the gym? We also want to find the maximum distance between your home and the gym, and we want to write an inequality that describes the possible distances between your home and the gym. So let's draw a picture first. If this is our home, well, let's move that over a bit. We work 11 miles away. So here's work. We know that's 11. The gym is 4 miles from work. Well, the gym could be 4 miles from work to the left, or it could be 4 miles from work to the right. So the minimum distance that it could be is 7 miles. The maximum distance it could be is 15, taking the 11 and then adding on the 4. So an inequality that represents this could be that x is less than 15, or x is greater than 7. Sorry, that is not an or. So if we have 7, 8, 9, 10, there's 11, there's 15. We would have endpoints. We can include the equal to's, and we're going to shade everything in between. This next section we get into the proportion questions. There will be 5 of them on your test. So these first 2 are straight cross multiply and solve. One-step problems. Cross multiply on the left, I get 6 equals 5x. I can divide by 5. So I get x equals 6 over 5. You can leave things as fractions. This one here, 18k equals 90. I can divide by 18. And I get k equals 5. I should write that down for you. Okay. Pretty straightforward again. I'm going to cross multiply. So I'm going to do 49 times 12. We get 588 equals s times 98, 98s. So I'm going to divide 588 by 98. I get s equals 6. Okay. This one over here, 16 times 36, we get 576 equals 48n. We can then divide by 48. We get n equals 12. This is one where we're going to have to distribute. So when I multiply this way, I get 7x. When I multiply it on the other side, I get 3 times 2x plus 5. I can then distribute the 3, so I get 7x equals 6x plus 15. I can subtract 6x. I get x equals 15. Similar type problem. On the left side, I get 24 times z minus 1. On the right side, 4 times 5z plus 4. I can now distribute on both sides. So on the left, I get 24z minus 24 equals 20z plus 16. I can then subtract 20z from both sides. And I can also add 24 to both sides. So on the left, I get 4z. On the right, 16 plus 24 is going to be 40. I can divide by 4. Z equals 10. Similar type problem. 11 times c minus 8 equals negative 2. 11 minus 4c. I can then distribute. Distributing gives me 11c minus 88 equals negative 22 plus 8c. I can then subtract 8c from both sides and also add 88 to both sides. I will get 3c equals 66. So c equals 22. And the last one. This one has decimals. That's okay. I'm going to follow the same process. Cross multiply. So I'm going to get negative 5 times 16.5 plus 3b equals 3 times 9 minus b. Sorry, it's a 0.9. When I distribute, I get the following. Negative 82.5 minus 15b equals 2.7 minus 3b. I can subtract 2.7 from both sides. And I can also add 15b to both sides. That'll give me 85.2 equals 12b divided by 12, divided by 12. B equals negative 7.1.